Good morning, everybody. Stephen Mirassou here. Wine of the week, a very, very special wine today. 2007 was the second best vintage that I've experienced in 30 years here in Livermore. Very close to the 2017 vintage. '07 was significant for us historically because that was the first vintage for Lineage, our highest end Bordeaux blend. First wine to ever receive a 100-point score from the press. '07 was a vintage that came across the crush pad in the profound way. The fruit was perfectly ripe. Every block of fruit, every block of Cabernet from Ghielmetti Vineyard, Home Ranch, Smith Ranch at that time, Merlot, Cab Franc, all of those grapes came across in beautifully round and ripe ways. It was a winemaker's dream. If you couldn't make great wine from those vintages, then, as I've said before in the past, you probably should have found something else to do with your life. That being said, the Ghielmetti Vineyard from 2007, Cabernet Sauvignon, predominantly Clone 30 Cabernet, which is still, I think, the finest block of Cabernet in the Livermore Valley and one of the best in California, frankly, for that matter. Profound, deep, still rich, still holding those two twin kind of hallmarks of quality for us, which are balance and beauty. Wines made in that style, not overly extracted, showing great depth of dark fruits, a really beautifully balanced set of tannins, which are now very ripe, but still holding their shape, and a sense of cohesion and length that are, I think, due to typically higher than average acid levels, especially for wines of this price point and this quality. Only 35 bottles of the '07 vintage remain, $145 a bottle. If you espouse to know Livermore Cab and if you want one of those wines in your library that foundational for the history of this valley, I think the '07 Ghielmetti Vineyard Cabernet Sauvignon is one of those wines. Click away. I hope you enjoy the wine, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.